Now in Good Morning Northwest, field temperatures top 130 degrees in Spokane, canceling high school soccer games, and 4 schools are without air conditioning. We look at the record-breaking heat and the dangers it brings.
And speaking of record-breaking heat, we're going to do it again today. A 4 News Now weather alert day as this extreme heat continues.
Congress releases Epstein documents, but critics say it's not enough. Survivors demand full transparency as political pressure mounts to reveal all files. You are watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Glad you're with us. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Natalie Grant. Today is Wednesday, September 3rd. We're going to start things off with meteorologist Matt Gray and a look at that first alert forecast heading into another scorcher of a day here, Matt.
Another scorcher as we have started off September with the hottest temperatures we've seen all year long. And we've been smashing records for the beginning of September over the last couple of days. In Spokane, we hit 99 on the 1st, 99 on the 2nd. Very, very close to 100 degrees. We're going to make another run at 100 in Spokane today. Know that more than a few of our neighborhoods have been getting into the low 100s, at least briefly, each afternoon. We were in the 100s yesterday in Coeur d'Alene. We are going to get there again. 100 in St. Mary's, 102 in Ritzville, 106 in Grand Coulee, Moses Lake, Omak, the LC Valley. All into the 100s. Bonders Ferry going to get there as well, along with Colville. And if you're not in the 100s, you're going to be darn close. Places like Kellogg and Pullman. So we have all of that along for the ride with active fire weather behavior. And we have seen big plumes of smoke over the last couple of days from active fires. And now this morning, most of us in moderate air quality, but near some of these fires in Stevens County, Colville down to unhealthy for sensitive groups. We're in the red, unhealthy air quality around the Wellpinit area. Davenport likely to get a little bit lower air quality as well as we head later into this morning. What you need to know about smoke and where it's headed next coming up.
Matt, thanks. A handful of high school games and practices have been canceled or limited because of the extreme heat this week.
And 4 Spokane public schools are struggling to stay cool because they don't have air conditioning. Madison Elementary, which was built in 1949, is one of the schools that doesn't have AC. The school brought in as many fans as it could before the first day of school started. Some teachers even brought their own fans and portable air conditioners.
And then in addition, we've also have extra water for kids to have available. And then we also added a mister outside on the playground. And the kids were like, a mister? They were looking for somebody out there, but really it's water and a fan coming out so that it can cool them out when they're out there today.
You can see the confusion there. The Heat also canceled 2 high school girls soccer matches at one Spokane stadium because of field temperatures that read over 130 degrees. Rogers' soccer game against Kettle Falls has been rescheduled for next week.
And it's not just the heat that we're battling here around the inland Northwest. We are dealing with air quality alerts as well. According to the National Weather Service, this alert covers Stevens, Spokane, Lincoln, and Grant counties. The alert was created due to an increased amount of smoke and haze in the region. If you live in any of these affected areas, make sure to take precautions to protect your health. Survivors of Jeffrey Epstein's sexual abuse are in D.C. today, speaking amid a bipartisan push for the release of the case files.
A meeting with the House Oversight Committee yesterday released some 33,000 pages related to the Epstein investigation. But the vast majority of those documents were already public. ABC's Christiane Cordero has the latest now from Washington, D.C.
Good morning. Many of the survivors set to speak today are sharing their stories for the first time, and it follows a meeting with members of Congress yesterday that was described as, quote, heartbreaking. This morning, a group of Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking survivors are set to share their first-hand accounts of abuse, many for the first time, as officials face relentless pressure to release all files related to the Epstein investigation. The group of women met with the House Oversight Committee for more than 2 hours yesterday. House Speaker Mike Johnson was among those who described the meeting as heartbreaking before releasing 33,000 pages of Epstein-related documents, the vast majority of which were already public. And now Johnson refuses to allow a House vote that would compel the Justice Department to release the full Epstein files.
It does not adequately protect the innocent victims, and that is a critical component.
Fellow Republican Representative Thomas Massie has filed a petition trying to force that vote to happen, accusing Johnson of caving to pressure from President Trump. Trump, after campaigning on the release of the Epstein files, has since downplayed its importance. He said last month he's in favor of full transparency. Democrats are calling on the administration to follow through.
Donald Trump has the power right now to release all of the Epstein files and documents. Right now. The DOJ is refusing to release the documents that have been subpoenaed.
Massey noted he doesn't think the president is implicated in the files, but believes he has rich and powerful friends who are, and vows to get enough support to force a vote to release all the files. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
A federal court ruling challenges President Donald Trump's tariffs. The court ruled last Friday that most of the tariffs are unlawful. The White House now has until October 14th to appeal. But meanwhile, prices continue rising on items that we've been tracking here in our community. A pineapple from Mexico now costs $1.50 more than it did just 6 months ago. A Barbie doll from Indonesia jumped nearly $2. On Friday, President Trump criticized the court's decision on his social media platform, Truth Social, warning that blocking the tariffs would, quote, be a total disaster for the country. Our price tracking shows no prices for the items that we've been following have decreased since the month of April. The future of these tariffs remains uncertain as these potential legal battles continue to unfold. But of course, we will keep you updated right here on Good Morning Northwest.
It is now 6 minutes after 6 o'clock.
Checking back in with meteorologist Matt Gray. A pineapple sounds kind of nice today on a hot day.
Yeah.
Maybe
nice,
in a blender.
Pina colada.
Ooh, yeah.
A pina colada and get it caught in some rain would be wonderful.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, no rain for a little while, but there is a chance of the forecast, extended forecast. Meanwhile, we're looking at smoke on the horizon here in our sunrises this morning as we deal with this extreme heat for another day. We'll take a look at your long look forecast coming up.
Empty seats today, packed house this weekend. The Zephyr season opener, what to expect this Saturday, coming up next.
And Whitworth students create life-changing equipment for a 6-year-old Spokane boy with cerebral palsy. See how their engineering project transforms Riken's first grade experience when we come back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now weather is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel.
Rain or shine, day or night, good weather always reigns at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. No matter the weather, winning is better. Your 7-day forecast calls for fun at the Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Coeur d'Alene Casino, winning is just the beginning.
In over your head with the price of doing laundry these days? Arm & Hammer Deep Clean Liquid Detergent cleans 3 times more loads than premium tile detergent at the same price. Clean deep without spending deep.
Bill's Heating and AC has not 1, not 2, but 3 warehouses overstocked with top quality air conditioners. To clear out inventory before the end of the year, we're doing something we've never done before. Advertising our guaranteed lowest pricing for all to see. Right now, you can get a full heating and cooling system installed for only $6,500 to $8,500, depending on capacity. Call now before this amazing deal goes away. Call 208-777-5528.
I'm 4 News Now Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker. Every little bit helps when it comes to protecting our river and aquifer. Learn to be water wise.
Today we're going to be talking about chemicals that you might put on your lawn. Some examples are pesticides, herbicides, and fertilizers. When the fertilizers and pollutants get into our waterways, they can impact the fish and impact our drinking water. So today I'm going to ask you to use your lawn chemicals sparingly. Let's keep our waterways clean.
Starting over is hard following a divorce because now it's just you. You are the one making the financial decisions for your family. As I've gone through this process, BECU was incredibly helpful, making sure that I could track down the financial documents that I needed or to open an account with my new name. I'm really proud of how far I've come, how I've been able to rebuild for myself and my family, and BECU is an important part of that.
It's here, the Red Tag Model Year-End Clearance Event, indoors at R&R RV in North Spokane, September 5th through the 14th. Save thousands with factory discounts and clearance pricing. New travel trailers from $15,990, fifth wheels from $39,990, motorhomes from $89,990. Shop the Northwest's largest pre-owned RV inventory, prepped and ready to go. Free parking, free admission, free food, open daily at 9 a.m. The Red Tag Model Year-End Clearance Event, September 5th through 14th, indoors at R&R RV in North Spokane, 525 East Francis.
Welcome back. It is 9 minutes after 6. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. President Donald Trump is pushing forward with his plan to provide federal force in Chicago despite the opposition of city, county, and state leaders.
Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker says the land of Lincoln will go to court to fight against the deployment. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson says there is no need to bring in troops. At least 58 people were shot in Chicago this Labor Day weekend. That's according to the city's police department. But the Chicago Mayor's Office of Violence Reduction says shootings, including fatalities, are trending downward so far this year.
French President Emmanuel Macron meets with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky in Paris tonight ahead of Thursday's Ukraine summit. The Élysée Palace says European allies are ready to provide security guarantees to Ukraine based on 3 pillars. First, strengthening Ukraine's armed forces with continued funding and equipment. Second, deploying a European peacekeeping force to signal solidarity if Russia attacks again. And third, an American safety net to backstop the European peacekeeping efforts.
China held a massive military parade marking the 80th anniversary of the end of World War II. It was designed to send a clear message to allies and adversaries alike that China's military is growing and modernizing, and that the country's rise on the world stage is, quote, unstoppable. That's according to Chinese leader Xi Jinping. And Xi was joined by several foreign heads of state and stood side by side with Russian President Vladimir Putin and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, marking the first time these 3 leaders have appeared together in public.
More than 1,000 current and former Health and Human Services employees are demanding Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s resignation. They sent a letter to Congress accusing his leadership of risking public health. The letter criticized political appointments and vaccine policy and the removal of COVID-19 vaccine emergency authorizations without sharing supporting data. Kennedy is set to testify tomorrow before the Senate Finance Committee on the 2026 healthcare agenda.
Takeaways today in your forecast. We're going to make another run at 100-degree temperatures again today. Thankfully, this is the last day where most of us will be in that range. We are going to get smokier as well with more fire activity this afternoon.
Some Whitworth students are helping one very special Spokane boy get ready for school this year. 6-year-old Ryken Lancaster starts first grade tomorrow, but school looks a little bit different for him. Ryken has cerebral palsy. His therapists and teachers visit him at home. Until now, therapy sessions required people crouching around Ryken on the floor, holding materials and flashlights, but Whitworth students have changed that by creating a specialized electronic learning equipment that allows Ryken to interact with the world around him.
This allows him to be up high or down low if he needs to be, and there's a place for the materials to be placed to be more of an interactive part of therapy.
The project started when Ryken's family contacted Whitworth, asking if engineering and therapy students could create equipment to make schoolwork easier. The students then created several prototypes, working directly with Ryken, his mother, and his caregivers. Professors say the project gave the students real-world experience while making a big difference in one family's life. I'm sure they are so appreciative. Yeah. Hopefully he has a good year at school.
That's amazing.
Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:13.
Everyone watches women's sports. You've probably seen those shirts that say that. If you are not everyone, it's time to jump on the bandwagon.
Spokane Zephyr fever is building as the pro women's soccer team prepares for their home opener. It's coming up this Saturday. Up next, we got Hannah Joy live right across the street at One Spokane Stadium with how year 2 promises more excitement on the field. That's next.
You've heard the pitch vaping is safer than smoking, but what if that idea is putting kids in the ICU? I'm Derek Dice. I sat down with local doctors to understand the risks and get real advice we as parents can use to protect our kids. Watch tonight at 6, only on 4 News Now.
It started with a drive down 8th Avenue.
Wow. What is this place?
A permanent year-round market rooted in sustainability, equity, and community. BECU stepped in with trust-based philanthropy and a commitment to the community.
Our partnership with Scale House is helping our members, is helping our community grow, thrive, get access to food.
From arts to agriculture, Scale House Market is a place where people grow together.
Stay and play at Missisquoi Casino Hotel, where jackpots, food, and fun come together at the region's only non-smoking casino and hotel. We're the place for a day trip, weekend getaway, or your next holiday party or group event. Enjoy the casino action playing your favorite gaming machine, or try your skills at the live table games. Stay and play at Missisquoi Casino Hotel, located just north of Spokane on Highway 395 near Chewelah.
Need a new garage door?
Sorry.
We know your garage door is more than just a door. It's also curb appeal and security. That's why our expertly trained technicians bring precision to every install. Precision Garage Door Service. Fast, reliable, and a great investment for your home. Give us a call today.
Before, our service would be in and out. We wanted to switch to T-Mobile to make sure that we have better coverage.
T-Mobile is now the best network. And with the most satellites, we're connecting hundreds of thousands in places where cell towers can't reach with T-Satellite.
I signed up for T-Satellite and give me peace of mind as a mom that makes life better knowing that it's there when we need it.
Upgrade to the best network. Right now, switch and save at least 20% versus AT&T and Verizon. Plus, your plan price is guaranteed for 5 years.
Upset stomach? Iberogast. Indigestion? Iberogast. Bloating? Iberogast. Thanks to a unique combination of herbs, Iberogast helps relieve 6 digestive symptoms to help you feel better. 6 digestive symptoms, the power of nature. Iberogast.
Hi, I'm renovation expert Scott McGilvery. I know bath remodeling, and I've seen all the gimmicks. Buy now, half off, free installation. This is why I work with Bathfitter. With 40 years of experience and 2 million installs, I trust their integrity. Bathfitter gives you a fair price and sticks to it with a lifetime warranty. You don't need gimmicks, just a partner you can trust. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
4 News Now is brought to you by Parker Subaru.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:17. We are just a few days away from a really big weekend over at One Spokane Stadium.
Yeah, the Zephyr gearing up for the home opener this Saturday, and excitement is building around Spokane's pro women's soccer team's 2nd season. Hannah Joy is live over at One Spokane Stadium this morning with a preview of what fans can expect. Good morning.
Good morning, Robin. Good morning, Natalie. And yes, I am at One Spokane Stadium. And right now, it's pretty quiet and calm. But come Saturday, it is going to be pretty lit. And Zephyr fans are going to be all around this place. And just to give us an expectation or just a sneak peek of what we can expect come Saturday, I have Riley Harnato, and she is the Director of Community Engagement for the team. Riley, thank you so much for being with us. So what's the whole deal come Saturday? What's the vibe going to be like?
Yeah, so Saturday's going to be super busy with our Zephyr home opener. Start early. Kickoff is at 6, but meet downtown around 5. You're going to march to the match with our 509 Syndicate. They are going to start at the fountain. They're going to come to the stadium. We actually are opening something brand new in the stadium this year. It's called our Pacifico Patio. So right here behind me, behind this goal, we're going to have a beer garden. And so if you are 21 and up, and actually if you're anybody in the stadium, you can come in, you can join us on the field. We're going to have $1 off beers all weekend right here behind the goal, so you get to see the action up close and personal. And we're going to have a giveaway for some noisemakers for first 500 in the stadium, photo booth, and kicking for chicken, and a chance to win free chicken for a year. So it's going to be busy.
So it's going to be a lot going on. You all do not want to miss out on all the excitement that is happening at One Spokane Stadium, kicking off at 6 p.m. sharp. Don't be late because you do not want to miss all the excitement. It's for the family, your friends, and it's going down right here in Spokane, right? Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
It'll be a fun weekend over there.
Very fun. Yeah, hopefully it'll cool off a little bit for the games.
Yes.
Go to those fans with like a mister in it or something like that.
Yeah, those Mr. fans, they come in clutch many times. So
definitely.
yeah, so it is going to be cooler, but still, it's going to be definitely on the warm side this weekend, especially for Saturday. Likely going to be still somewhere close to 90 degrees. So just keep that in mind as we get closer to Saturday and Sunday. Let's talk about what we have been seeing recently. What's been coming along with this extreme heat? This from our friend Sandra in the Colbert area, looking out towards the setting sun last night. She managed to get a hold of this big, tall, what looks like a cloud, and is kind of. This is a plume of smoke from the Rattlesnake fire, and there's actually a cloud that's developing on top of it because of the heat from that fire, what we call a pyrocumulus cloud. So it is all of that heat and all of the little particles of smoke that are rising up into the atmosphere. They kind of continue to do so with the extremeness of how kind of hot that fire was burning yesterday. Well, you end up actually beginning to get some of the moisture out of the air to condensate, even on a hot, dry day like we saw yesterday. And then in the most extreme cases, this can become what's called a pyrocumulonimbus cloud. In other words, there's a dry lightning storm that's sitting right on top of the fire with extreme winds, which then fuels the fire even more. So in other words, we're talking about a fire that's so hot, it's creating its own weather sitting right above it. So some scary stuff, and something that hopefully we don't see too much of here over the next couple of days, but certainly it looks like this is another day with temperatures in the 100s where we could see more extreme fire behavior. And there's a lot of fires in our local area. We've got a bunch of smoke over Shoshone County because of this one, the Elm Creek fire, Tacoma Creek, Crown Creek, all these other fires across Stevens and Ferry counties. There's a bunch going on here. It also means that smoke is going to be an issue as we see more fire weather warnings and more of that extreme fire behavior around northeastern Washington today. I'll show you very briefly here kind of how this is going to go down. So this smoke plumes rising up into the sky here for the afternoon and the evening. Then as we head into tomorrow and tonight, looking like we may see a dip in air quality around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. So probably a windows closed kind of night with how things have been going lately. As I mentioned, we are going to be cooler for the weekend. Hopefully we will be less hazy by then as well. And there is a small chance of rain coming in for next week. So fingers crossed in that department.
Crossing all my fingers, all my toes,
Yes.
all the things.
Seriously.
All right, Matt, thanks. It is now 6:21.
Eastern Washington Eagles are hitting the road this weekend, leaving the red Inferno turf behind, trading it for the blue turf down at Boise State. After the break, we got Jack Wallace sharing how the Eagles have been preparing for this Week 2 matchup. But one thing's for certain, it'll definitely be a real turf war. We'll see after this.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Ready for action? It's No Holds Barred as King of the Cage features up-and-coming MMA stars battling it out. King of the Cage, live Thursday, September 25th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
After a car wreck, Big Insurance moves fast to protect themselves, not you. That's why it's critical to call us as soon as possible.
With Craig Swap & Associates, we make sure the process is fair for you.
I knew I really needed help after my accident, so I called Craig Swap & Associates. They not only fought for me, but treated me fairly every step of the way.
The sooner you call us, the faster we can make things right. One call, that's all.
Call the 9s, 509-999-9999.
Shriners Children's Spokane has been providing the most amazing care to children for more than 100 years right here in Spokane.
On September 4th, tune into 4 News Now to donate and show your support.
Learn about ongoing research, improved treatments, and hear stories about local children and their families' journey.
Shriners Children's provides pediatric specialty care always, regardless of a family's ability to pay.
We'll raise much needed funds to continue to provide superior care to children in Spokane.
Help us spread the word and tune into 4 News Now all day, September 4th.
Whether you're a homeowner creating your dream space or a pro managing multiple projects, discover a new way to shop at Ferguson Home, where great ideas become stunning spaces. Ferguson Home is designed for the way you want to shop. Explore the best selection of bath, kitchen, and lighting products online, or experience items firsthand in one of our showrooms. Our experts offer personalized support every step of the way. Bring your vision to Ferguson Home, where it all comes together. Shop top brands like Electrolux or find your local showroom at fergusonhome.com.
Discover the fun at the Spokane County Interstate Fair, September 5th to 14th. 10 days of more fun than you can imagine. Taste mouth-watering fair food, take on thrilling rides, see lots of animals, explore ag displays, admire quilts, flowers, photos, and more. Enjoy 3 concerts, cheer on 2 days of rodeo, 2 days of demolition derbies, and a truck and tractor pull, plus meet the fair mascots. Discover the fun at the Spokane County Interstate Fair. Tickets at ticketswest.com. Full schedule at spokanefair.com.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
Welcome to Morning Sports. I'm Jack Wallace. The Eagles red or the Broncos blue? Which one is better between these guys? Well, Boise State's going to get their first swing at it when they host Eastern this Friday evening in a big Week 2 contest. Eastern Washington now has to switch their approach to a completely different offense, one that's run-focused despite a horrendous Week 1 performance by Boise State against the South Florida Bulls. Head coach Aaron Best spoke about his Eagles today and how it's a good thing to see different schemes week to week and how that helps his squad stay sharp with preparation.
It's so different that you have to be, the real ones are going to lock in for the next one. If it's so similar, if we just did this last week, if we just did that, if we line up a little quicker, make the call a little faster, I think when there's too many similarities, I think guys can get comfortable with if they make this adjustment next week. It's totally different, so there's a lot of adjustments that need to be made before we go into game week.
Eastern Washington and Boise State kicking off at Albertson Stadium. That's Friday night at 6 p.m. A former longtime Washington State head coach died yesterday at 88 years old. George Raveling led the Cougs men's basketball program in his first head coaching job from 1972 to 1983, twice making the NCAA tournament and finishing with 167 wins, the third most in WSU history. Raveling was the first black head coach in Pac-8 history and the first WSU head coach inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. The Washington, D.C. native then coached at the Iowa Hawkeyes and the USC Trojans before retiring and serving as the director for international basketball for Nike. That's all for Morning Sports. Catch us at 6 and Nightside tonight for more sports all around our area.
It is now 6:26.
Firefighters face a triple threat in Stevens County. 3 separate wildfires burn near Northport with no containment yet. We'll tell you which fire poses the biggest challenge. That's next.
Plus, President Trump escalates his crackdown on drugs and crime, a deadly military strike in the Caribbean, and threats to deploy troops in Chicago. The growing tensions at home and abroad when we come back. And as we go to break, here's your first look at what's coming up on Good Morning America at 7 o'clock.
In this morning's GMA First Look, wedding crasher thief.
It all happened so quickly in the moment.
I feel like I still just feel very sad that someone thought to use this vulnerable moment for 2 people and take advantage of it.
George and Nadine Fairhat had no idea wedding crasher seen here in this surveillance cam was making off with the box containing all their wedding money. They say nearly $1,000. And this morning, those frustrated newlyweds are speaking out to GMA.
We couldn't process what was happening. I mean, this is the happiest day of your life, and to hear someone in all black came up and just grabbed it and ran, it's just something hard to swallow.
In this video, the man is seen trying to blend in, passing by family members, going to the bathroom, even bellying up to the bar for a drink. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have the very latest on this wedding crasher investigation. With your GMA First Look, I'm Micah Giacchi, ABC News, New York.
Living with thyroid eye disease for years, I didn't realize how much my bulging eyes were holding me back.
The way my eyes stood out, I'd rather hide than be seen.
But then, my doctor recommended Tepezza.
Doctors have been prescribing Tepezza for over 5 years. In clinical studies, the majority of patients taking Tepezza had less eye bulging, no matter how long they had TED. Tepezza may cause infusion reactions. Tell your doctor right away if you have high blood pressure, fast heartbeat, redness of the face or feeling hot, difficulty breathing, headache, or muscle pain. Tepezza can raise blood sugar even if you don't have diabetes and may worsen inflammatory bowel disease. Tepezza may cause severe hearing problems, including hearing loss, which may be permanent. Tell your doctor if you have any changes in hearing or if you are pregnant or planning to be, as Tepezza may harm your unborn baby.
Now, when I look in the mirror,
I just see me.
Ask your doctor about Tepezza and visit mytepezza.com to see clinical study results.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Let's kick it off.
The Labor Day sale at Furniture Row has been extended. Shop today, because the more you buy, the more you save. Plus, find huge discounts on living, dining, and bedroom, and 60 months no interest. But don't wait. The extended Labor Day sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
It's Saturday morning. The sun is out, and you're back at it. Well, you're trying to be anyway.
Oh, 3rd time's the charm.
You're hustling, mowing, and trimming lawns for $25 a yard. Respect. But why not make your money work as hard as you do?
Get 3.5% APY with an Ascend checking account and let your hustle earn dividends. Visit p1fcu.org/earn to learn more.
We are bringing caring for the person who is dying back into their own family.
It's all about the person that's leaving this world, but it's equally about the family.
With the necessary supports to assure their comfort, symptom management, and accompaniment as they walk through those final days that for many can be very scary. With caring support can really be the fullness of living as a person dies.
The Labor Day sale at Furniture Row has been extended. Shop today, because the more you buy, the more you save. Plus, find huge discounts on living, dining, and bedroom, and 60 months no interest. But don't wait. The extended Labor Day sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
The 4 News Now story tracker kicking off this half hour with the stories people are talking about today.
A California jury found rapper Cardi B not liable in a civil assault trial Tuesday. A former building security guard, Amani Ellis, sued the Grammy-winning artist for an alleged assault that occurred at a medical office back in 2018. Cardi B was pregnant at the time and was visiting her OBGYN. She denied the allegations and testified over the last 2 days last week.
Hawaii's Kilauea volcano continues to erupt this morning. Video from last night highlights the orange streams of lava flowing from the active volcano. Kilauea is one of the world's most active ones. This was its 32nd eruption since December.
So terrifying, but so gorgeous. Wow. Good morning, Northwest. Thanks for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. It's Wednesday, September 3rd.
And everybody needs to plan to find some AC today, or at least some sort of way to stay cool as we embark on another day of extreme heat here across the Northwest. 3 days in September, 3 days where we're threatening to hit 100 degrees in the Spokane area. So once we get past today, we'll actually start seeing some cooler afternoon temperatures, but we are going to at least be close to 100 again in Spokane today. 100 in Coeur d'Alene, St. Mary's, Bonners Ferry, Colville, Omak, Grand Coulee, Moses Lake, Ritzville, Lewiston. And if you're not in the 100s, you're going to be darn close across our region. So basically, we are repeating the last couple of days, hot, hazy conditions and record-setting temperatures for this time of the year. Another thing we are likely to repeat is a lot of active wildfire behavior in northeastern Washington. There are multiple fires here that started over the past week. And, well, now with more hot temperatures and more very low humidities, it is likely that we are going to see more smoke plumes and more strong activity here, unfortunately. It's going to be very difficult for fire crews this afternoon and for tomorrow as well. Air quality alerts in place for Stevens County into the Spokane area, Lincoln County, Grant County, down to the Yakima area, where they're also dealing with a bunch of new fires that have popped up in the Cascades in this hot weather. Right now, air quality in Spokane is moderate, but things have the potential to get worse before they get better as we go through another hot day. We'll cover that coming up on my full forecast.
Matt, thanks. Well, during this heat wave, it's important to know the signs of heat exhaustion. Symptoms can include dizziness, extreme thirst, heavy sweating, and nausea. If you or someone nearby experiencing these symptoms, make sure to get to a shaded, cooler area and drink some cold water. If this is left untreated, heat exhaustion can turn into a heat stroke, a dangerous condition that may cause confusion, unconsciousness, or even death. If you see those more serious warning signs, make sure to call 911 immediately.
What started with officers planning to serve a search warrant in Spokane yesterday led to them calling in the SWAT team. It happened at a home near the intersection of Maxwell and Lincoln, a few blocks north of the Spokane Arena. Spokane police say they planned to serve a search warrant at the house when our reporter at the scene saw SWAT officers carrying tools commonly used to breach doors. He also saw that a drone was used to enter the home. As we learn more about this, we'll be sure to pass it along. Breaking news overnight, the U.S. military launching an attack in the southern Caribbean. The Trump administration targeting drug traffickers.
But the attack now escalating tensions with Venezuela. Here's ABC's Lionel Moyes.
President Trump has released this video saying it shows the U.S. military attacking a speedboat in the Caribbean suspected of drug smuggling. He says the strike in international waters killed 11 people tied to the Tren de Aragua gang, which Trump claims operates under Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro.
We have a lot of drugs pouring into our country, coming in for a long time, and these came out of Venezuela and coming out very heavily from Venezuela.
The attack coming days after the U.S. sent 8 Navy ships to the region to combat threats from drug cartels. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, heading to Mexico and Ecuador to focus on immigration and crime, was asked whether more attacks like this are expected.
No one should be surprised. That's why they're there on a counter-drug mission, and they're going to continue to operate. As far as specifics and future operations, I have to refer you to the Pentagon on that.
Observers saying the move could be an attempt to undermine Maduro's regime, hurting profits from the drug trade. Maduro has threatened to respond to any military action with an armed fight. Meanwhile, back in the U.S.,
if the governor of Illinois would call me up, I would love to do it.
The president's immigration and crime crackdown now focusing on Chicago. Trump vowing to send in the National Guard, saying the feds are going in.
Now, we're going to do it anyway. We have the right to do it, because I have an obligation to protect this country.
Illinois' governor pushing back.
I'm aware that the President of the United States likes to go on television and beg me to call and ask him for troops. I find this extraordinarily strange, as Chicago does not want troops on our streets.
A federal judge ruled just yesterday that the Trump administration broke the law when it deployed National Guard troops to Los Angeles this summer in response to immigration raids. The judge accusing the administration of trying to create a national police force with the president as its chief. Lionel Moyes, ABC News, New York.
In Fire Watch coverage this morning, firefighters are still battling 3 wildfires burning just south of Northport in Stevens County. They're even more challenging with those extreme temperatures fueling them this week. The largest of the fires is the Crown Creek Fire, which has burned about 3,200 acres. The Black Hawk Mountain Fire and Katy Creek Fire have each burned between 300 and 400 acres. So far, there was no containment on any of these. The Northwest 12 Complex Incident Management Team took command of all 3 fires yesterday morning.
And here's a look behind one of the many doors at Shriners Children's Spokane, which is leading the way in pediatric orthopedic care. Now, this is a small example of the Motion Analysis Center. It's a unique resource helping kids better understand how to move their bodies and how doctors can help them move better and without pain. It also kind of looks like you're setting up to be in a video game or a movie.
Yeah.
Now, you can see inside this lab and learn exactly how it can be a game-changing resource for your family, plus how it helped one local girl right here in our community. And my full story, it's up right now on KXLY.com.
Yeah, another section of the center is for return to sport testing, using the same mapping and video capturing technology to help student athletes get back to playing their sport as quickly as possible after they're hurt. In the return to sport testing, they take patients through a variety of drills that simulate the moves you may do when playing a sport, seeing how your body moves and where corrections need to be made to prevent further injury.
They're going to tell us how she's moving and basically segments in how they move when she moves to make sure that it's not inducing too much stress on her knee, her hip, or her ankle when she goes back and does things where she's playing or getting in a ready position, getting ready to move.
Patients can get help recovering from injuries, things like knee pain or more commonly an injured ACL. Really cool stuff that we're learning.
So fun to see behind the scenes of it too.
Yeah, and these are just some of the amazing things Shriners does to help kids, regardless of a family's ability to pay.
That's why all week we are highlighting these stories of kids who have been supported by the dedicated caregivers at Shriners. It all leads up to tomorrow. I'll be live over at Shriners tomorrow morning during Good Morning Northwest for our Caring for Kids telethon. You can find out more about the telethon and the many ways that Shriners makes a difference right here in our community by heading to KXLY.com/Shriners. I mean, there are stories of amazing work being done behind all the doors at Shriners, and we're just sharing a couple of them, but the work there is incredible.
Yeah, it's so much more than we thought. You know, I think I should say. I just thought Shriners was one thing. Wow.
So vast.
Doing amazing work. It's now 6:39.
Checking back in. Meteorologist Matt Gray. We're taking a live look outside. That's a gorgeous sunrise.
Yeah, it is a beautiful sunrise as it tries to kind of peer through the smoke layer this morning in Post Falls. We could laugh because otherwise we'd cry. Boy, tough stuff today. Super hot weather, smoke that might get worse before it gets better in many areas as well. We'll talk about that coming up.
Plan your day with Matt Gray, only on Good Morning Northwest.
I was fully stopped and I got rear-ended going full speed on the freeway by a truck. I was diagnosed with functional neurological disorder and had to relearn how to walk.
It's just a parent's worst nightmare to go through that. Russell and Hill, they were amazing. I didn't feel like I had to worry about anything when it came to the insurance company, which took a huge burden off of me. I wanted to focus on Haley getting better. I recommend Russell and Hill to everyone I know. I would never use anyone else.
Scott, great idea. We've got all these lights and we're going to sell them at a discount.
That's right. We have brought in all of our light fixtures to one location to do an inventory reduction sale.
And why are we here in the Valley? Why did we choose the Valley store?
Well, after 47 years, a local nonprofit has come in and purchased our building, so the store itself will be closing.
So many light fixtures here in the Valley to save money on.
Oh, yes. We consolidated our light fixtures from all our locations at one place to offer you guys the biggest savings we could.
Right idea. Get what I did there?
Yes, it's really happening. Vanilla Ice, Sir Mix-a-Lot, and CNC Music Factory featuring Freedom Williams are coming to the Spokane County Interstate Fair.
To the top, I keep on climbing. Ice, ice, baby. All right, stop, collaborate, and listen.
I like big butts, and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. Shake to my flow, let it go.
At Parker Toyota, Toyota trucks aren't just vehicles, they're a tradition built on performance, reliability, and unmatched durability. That legacy lives on in every new Tundra and Tacoma, powered by innovation, loaded with advanced technology, and ready for whatever the Northwest brings.
The same high standards that built these legendary trucks guide our customer service because tradition isn't just preserved, it's lived.
Toyota trucks, built for generations at Parker Toyota in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
Medicare options for Freddie.
No, not Freddie. Eddie.
Are you still there, Freddie? Okay, aging needs.
Agent, please. You've heard the pitch vaping is safer than smoking, but what if that idea is putting kids in the ICU? I'm Derek Dice. I sat down with local doctors to understand the risks and get real advice we as parents can use to protect our kids. Watch tonight at 6, only on 4 News Now.
Welcome back. Your time right now, 6:42. A recent study led by Johns Hopkins Medicine highlights the health risks of e-cigarettes.
It shows using e-cigarettes significantly increases a user's risk of COPD and high blood pressure. 4 News Now's Derek Dice spoke to local doctors who say when e-cigarettes or vapes first became available, they were often marketed as a safe alternative to traditional cigarettes. But this new research shows they are not safe at all. Dr. Todd Hoopman, a pulmonologist at Kootenai Health, says patients are developing serious health issues from using vapes.
We're seeing patients who become extremely ill from a pulmonary standpoint with acute respiratory illnesses, respiratory failure, need for intubation, mechanical ventilation, life support from e-cigarettes.
We'll tell you what parents can do to keep their kids off of e-cigarettes and vapes and what these doctors want to see done at the federal and local levels. That's in Derek's full story tonight at 6 o'clock only on 4 News Now.
And speaking of inhaling things that are bad for your health, wildfire smoke in your forecast here. Air quality potential to get worse in many areas or at least fluctuate back towards unhealthy levels over the next couple of days.
Well, it's always one of the most jubilant mornings of the year. We're about to meet the entire cast of Dancing with the Stars for season 34. So, who will follow in the Mirrorball footsteps of last season's champs? That's Bachelor Joey Graziadei. The big live reveal is coming up on Good Morning America starting at 7. There are some leaks of the cast starting to come out. From what I'm seeing so far, should be a very exciting season.
Yeah, quite the range of people on the show this season. It is now just about 6:44.
Checking back in with Hannah Joy. She is live this morning over at One Spokane Stadium, where a very exciting weekend is coming up.
The Zephyr are back and they are ready to light up One Spokane Stadium. Get a sneak peek of what to expect come Saturday.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
At Fred Meyer, you never compromise. You get up high quality that's guaranteed fresh and down low prices on over 1,000 items. With quality and savings that add up, Fred Meyer shoppers never compromise. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
It's the final days of Sleep Number's biggest sale of the year. All beds now on sale. So you can take home our coolest deal. Up to 50% off our limited edition smart bed. Only at Sleep Number.
Andy's Heating Cooling guarantees to keep your home safe and cool. Your home and office comfort is Andy's priority. Stay cool this summer with a new air conditioning system from Carrier.
My air conditioner was not working. All I needed was a replacement sequencer. I called another company and they wanted to replace the unit for over $10,000. I was so glad I listened to my neighbor who recommended I get a second opinion from Andy's.
Turn to the experts. Andy's Heating Cooling since 1972, thanks to you.
If you're looking for an everyday truck like the Tacoma,
or something a bit bigger, like the Tundra, Colville Toyota has the truck to meet your needs.
both the Tundra and Tacoma are built to last and provide unbeatable performance in their class.
Loaded with the latest tech, with adaptive cruise control and forward collision warning, these trucks are designed to get you safely to your destination.
Come test drive a Tacoma and Tundra today at Colville Toyota, your small town dealership with a big heart.
After a car wreck, Big Insurance moves fast to protect themselves, not you.
I called Craigsoft and Associates. They not only fought for me, but treated me fairly every step of the way.
One call, that's all. 509-999-9999.
Two country all-stars in one night. Tracy Lawrence and Rodney Atkins coming to the Spokane County Interstate Fair.
You find out who your friends are. Could you paint me a Birmingham? Time marches on. When it makes me want to take a back road, makes me want to take the long way home. Caught up in the country. He said I've been.
At Fred Meyer, you never compromise. You get up high quality that's guaranteed fresh and down low prices on over 1,000 items. With quality and savings that add up, Fred Meyer shoppers never compromise. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
4 News Now, brought to you by the Tire Store.
Welcome back. It is now just about 6:47. The countdown is on. The buzz is building. This Saturday, the Zephyr storming back into their home stadium for their much-anticipated season opener.
With fresh faces, a bold new look, and a packed calendar of fan events, this season's shaping up to be their most electrifying yet. And we got our Hannah Joy live over at One Spokane Stadium, where preparation's already in full swing. Hannah, lots of excitement. What can fans expect if they're heading out to the game this weekend?
Natalie and Robin, let's just talk about style and fashion for a minute. These ladies are going to be turning heads. They're going to be looking sharper than ever this season because they've got new jerseys. And I am here with Riley Harnato, and she is the Community Engagement Director. And let's get just a close look at what's going on here. Riley, can you just tell me about the design behind this jersey?
Yeah, so we wanted to do a kit that represented the Lilac City, right? And so the simplest way to do that is make it a lilac kit. And we had been actually getting so many requests and asks to do a purple jersey. And so we were really excited to showcase this. Our women also really love it. So this has been a cool one.
So they're going to be just in true Spokane fashion, represented. Yes. And so what else is going to be happening come Saturday?
Yeah, so this Saturday is going to be so busy. You know, we're going to have a bunch of new Zephyr merch in the store that's going to be sold right here at the stadium. So you got to show up to get some new Zephyr merch. We're going to have Pacific Patio. So we're going to have a beer garden that is behind the goal on the south side, which we're really excited about. We are going to have some giveaways for the fans. We're going to have fun halftime experiences, photo booth. If you are a young female athlete, you get to come join us on the field for some warm-ups. So it's going to be a really busy day, and we just want to see Spokane out there.
And you all also have some new players. Is that right?
Yeah, so we have some incredible players this season. You know, we've got a lot of players who have joined us from the NWSL League. We've got some players on loan. We've got a lot of really amazing returning players. Our captain, Sarah McCoy, she got married this summer. So Zephyr's looking good this season. We're looking really awesome.
So what's going down? One Spokane Stadium, 6 p.m. You don't want to miss out. It's fun for you and the family. So get here on Saturday. Live in Spokane, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Get there and be loud when you go. Gotta do the rumble. You gotta get the team all jazzed up.
Love
it's gonna
it.
Be so fun.
Oh, those jerseys are going to look sharp, too.
I think you could win free chicken for a year, too.
Yeah.
We were talking about that earlier this morning.
That's right.
Halftime experiences.
Yeah.
Some Raising
What's not to
Cane's.
love?
Big time.
Those jerseys are going to sell out really fast.
Yeah, they're really, really cool. And the fact that they're lighter colors might be a little help.
Yeah, might be helpful when it's hot outside. It is still going to be somewhat hot for September standards by this weekend, but not nearly as hot as what we're seeing right now, thank goodness. So the first couple of days of September, 99 degrees in Spokane. Breaking records. This is now, these 2 days, the hottest 2 days we've had on record, which goes back all the way to 1881 for September heat. As for today, well, not sure what's going on here, but we'll talk about it later. We'll be close to 100 degrees once again in our region. Air quality is also going to be an issue with more of this hot weather as we continue to see active fire behavior in this heat. I mean, fire season the last week with this hot weather has really come back with a vengeance, where in Welpinit we're seeing unhealthy air quality with multiple fires burning around Stevens County. Now, Spokane largely has avoided most of the action here. However, with some hot burning fires like what we are seeing with this rattlesnake fire across from Fort Spokane and many, many others, as we zoom out on the map, you can see the satellite view 1, 2, 3, 4. About 6 or 7 of these that you can see this morning that are hot burning fires. With more heat today, we're going to see more of this smoke. And so more big smoke plumes this afternoon with that close to or just above 100-degree temperatures across the region. As we head into the evening, strong potential here that we could see more and thicker smoke around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. So don't be surprised if air quality drops tonight. Probably a good night to keep your windows closed if you're trying to cool off. Your morning sprint's coming up next with your 7-day forecast after that.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Heritage Health.
STA has helped me by making it possible for me to get basically everywhere I want to get at a very low price and with very good schedules. What I like about STA is the routes are very well planned. They go really everywhere you need to go, and I love the drivers. The drivers are friendly and knowledgeable, and they treat the customers really well. I've been riding STA since 1955. STA saves me a lot of money.
If you like your Broadway hot, you'll love the musical blockbuster the New York Times calls a supersized all-out song and dance spectacular. Some Like It Hot. See the Tony and Grammy Award-winning Broadway show, created by the teams from Disney's Aladdin, Hairspray, and The Book of Mormon. Some Like It Hot. Some like it hot, and that ain't bad. Playing September 23rd through 28th at First Interstate Center for the Arts. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Playing baseball at Gonzaga University was a dream come true for me. I went from playing an organized sport to life, which is very much unorganized.
Guess we're the adults now, but BECU is always there to help us out.
Things to think about are paying bills, affording a house, planning for college, taking care of dogs.
We have so much to plan for. Having BECU as a partner just gives us total peace of mind.
Our customers love coming to Car Wash Plaza.
I work late shifts. Car Wash Plaza is open 24/7. That works for me.
I feel safe. It's so well lit, and there's security lights everywhere.
Strong water jets cover everything. The roof, the sides, even the undercarriage.
The Central Dog Wash is so convenient, no hassle, keeps the dog clean, and keeps my house clean too.
It's easy at Car Wash Plaza. It's the best in the Northwest.
Is it time to update your living spaces? Don't overspend at the big box store. Come see us at Consign Furniture. We have the largest selection of like-new consignment furniture in Liberty Lake. No long wait times on couches to dining sets, rugs, and more. And our team will deliver today. Inventory moves fast. Check us out online or stop by today.
Consign Furniture. It's the easy way to sell, smart way to buy.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
It is now 6:54, time to get you ready to take on your Wednesday in the morning sprint.
It is another hot day out there. We got meteorologist Matt Gray letting us know the chances of hitting those triple digits today.
And Hannah Joy live at One Spokane Stadium with a preview of this weekend's home opener for the Spokane Zephyr.
And the heat has already led to the cancellation of a few games over at One Spokane Stadium just this week. And 4 Spokane public schools are struggling to stay cool because they don't have air conditioning. Madison Elementary, which was built back in 1949, is one of those schools that doesn't have AC. The school brought in as many fans as they could before the first day of school started yesterday. The Heat also canceled 2 high school girls soccer games over at One Spokane Stadium because the field temperatures, they read more than 130 degrees. Rogers' soccer game against Kettle Falls has been rescheduled for next week.
And we have another day of record-setting heat in the inland Northwest. We'll see if Spokane can officially hit 100 degrees for the first time in September. But either way, you are headed back to school today for our second day of classes in many areas with hot temperatures. By the time we head towards 3 o'clock, we'll be up around 98, 99 degrees. We may hit 100 briefly this afternoon. This will be our last day of this serious heat before we start cooling off a little.
And it's not just heat we are battling around the inland Northwest. We're dealing with an air quality alert as well. According to the National Weather Service, this alert covers Stevens, Spokane, Lincoln, and Grant counties. The alert was created due to an increased amount of smoke and haze in the region. If you live in any of the affected areas, you are advised to take precautions to protect your health.
The Spokane Zephyr home opener is happening on Saturday. And whether you're here to see big plays right here at One Spokane Stadium or just to see them rock the gear, it's all happening. They got games, they got several activations, a beer garden, and so many fun prizes to win right here on Saturday. You don't want to miss out. It kicks off at 6 p.m. Fun for you and the family.
President Donald Trump is pushing forward with his plan to provide federal force in Chicago despite the opposition from the county and city and state leaders. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker says the land of Lincoln will go to court and fight against the deployment. Chicago Mayor Brendan Johnson says there is no need to bring in the troops. At least 58 people were shot in Chicago this Labor Day weekend. It's according to the city's police department. But the Chicago Mayor's Office of Violence Reduction says shootings, including fatalities, are trending downward so far this year.
A deadly military strike in the Caribbean and threats to deploy troops in Chicago. The latest on growing tensions at home and abroad coming up on Good Morning America at 7 o'clock.
The city of Ephrata released an update on the water line leak that caused a boil water advisory this week. It says repairs to the leak are underway, but until water samples are tested, the advisory is still in effect. The city says any water that could be ingested should be boiled for a minute before you're consuming it or using it for your cooking. Now, you don't need to boil your water that you're using for showering or washing your hands. Another update on this advisory is expected around 4:30 this afternoon.
In Fire Watch coverage, firefighters are still battling 3 wildfires burning just south of Northport in Stevens County. They're even more challenging with the extreme heat fueling them this week. The largest is the Crown Creek Fire, which burned about 3,200 acres. The Black Hawk Mountain Fire and Katy Creek Fire have each burned between 300 and 400 acres so far. And so far, there is no containment on any of these fires. The Northwest 12 Complex Incident Management Team took command of all 3 fires yesterday morning.
And we will be back with a final check of weather with meteorologist Matt Gray. We're kicking off another hot day. We'll check in with him after this break.
At 4 News Now, we're part of this community, sharing your stories, listening to your voice, and delivering the news that matters most to you. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
Thank you.
I got this.
Thanks. I'm Alex.
I'm Jade.
At Gold Seal Plumbing, we do one thing, and we do it well. We're plumbers. In fact, we're the largest plumbing company in the region, and we're proud to say we've been voted the best plumbing company since 2009. We give you upfront pricing so you know exactly what you'll pay before we start. And we do everything from drain cleaning to trenchless sewer repair. So if you want plumbing done right the first time, call a plumber. And call the best. Call Gold Seal Plumbing. We're on our way.
And you can already see, boy, that haze getting a little bit thicker now than it was the last couple of days as we look over One Spokane Stadium. More triple-digit heat likely today, or if at least very close to it. Just kind of depends on what neighborhood you're in, how much shade you have near your house. That record heat, though, continues on Thursday. More wildfire conditions being active, more smoke pumped into our skies. We'll start to see things swing in a positive direction heading into the weekend, but it'll still be in the 90s through Saturday. Looking quite different for next week. Fingers crossed we can get some rain.
Well, thanks so much for starting your day with us right here on Good Morning Northwest.
We'll see you throughout Good Morning America with live local updates. GMA.